What's up, everyone? My name is Lawrence Neal. I'm the product manager here at Waterfi, in charge of the barcode sign-in project. Super stoked to give you guys a full breakdown of this feature, but ahead of that, just wanted to show you guys what a full-blown setup will look like. Got my handy-dandy scanner here, got some barcodes. Let's get these people signed in. Cool, easy. Steph Curry signing in. Quick redirect. LeBron James signing in. Quick redirect. How about one more? Hoa, my coworker, signing in. Looking good. You can also have your barcodes on the actual mobile app. That's easy. Auto sign in. And on the mobile app, you actually get access to all of your dependence cards as well. Let's get them signed in. Cool. If you don't have a scanner, no problem. You can use the device camera here. Looking good. All right, I'll give you a full breakdown now. First off, you're gonna wanna go to Account, Global Settings, and turn on the barcode sign-in feature. From there, you can turn on a couple of subsettings, barcode sign-in for classes, for appointments. You can also turn on auto sign-in. I'll explain that a bit later. You can also set what your auto direct timeline is. This is after a successful sign-in. How quick does it go back to your original sign-in screen? You'll also see this manage display. This is what is going to show up after someone signs in. Importantly here, these bottom four by default will be off. We recommend you don't show these if it's client facing, and you do show them if it's more of a front desk admin facing screen. That's because these are more sensitive information like client alerts, notes, tags, and tasks. Usually these are only internal facing. These other ones are non-sensitive information. You can have those facing out. I'm going to keep them on just so you can see everything. When you turn this on, the default will be 30 minutes. I updated this to 1 hour just so we could get some specificity on the exact demo that I'm going to be showing you. Once you've done this, you're going to want to go and make sure you can assign barcodes to everyone. This is actually people clients. I've already assigned this to people, but you can do that using this bulk tool. So you can either bulk generate barcode IDs. You can either overwrite existing ones. If it's brand new, there won't be anyone, or you can only generate barcodes for selected clients without one. There you go. You can also go ahead and see or edit individual clients' barcode IDs. So if you go into their profile or their quick view, you're going to see this icon up here. This will bring up this modal. You can see what their card looks like, what their key tag looks like. And if you want, you can edit their barcode ID from here. If you have a scanner, you can scan directly into here. This generates a new ID, and then make sure you click save to make sure that that barcode is saved within the client profile. Once you've assigned barcodes to your clients, you want to make sure to know what classes are going to actually show up on the sign-in flow. It will respect your membership enforcement settings. So in classes, settings, memberships, if membership enforcement is on, you'll be able to toggle between these two to dictate if people are going to see all classes within the time window or only classes that are accessible through their membership within the time window. This is also important because it applies to auto sign-in. So make sure that you have this set up in the right way for your business. You'll also only see the classes that are in the time window. That's set up in the global settings with these. And then finally, when you open simple sign-in, which is where you're going to be able to access this, these filters are also going to be applicable to what classes and appointments show up after barcode sign-in. So let's take a look at what this actually looks like. You can set up with a barcode scanner. For the purposes of this demo, I'm going to be using the camera modal just because it's a little bit easier to see on a screen share. So once you get onto this screen, you have several options. You can either scan using your barcode. It will automatically input and then move forward with the sign-in. You can go through a drop-in if you want to have this up and you have drop-ins coming in. Or if someone doesn't have a barcode ID, you can search by client name. So for barcode, if you don't have a scanner yet, or maybe this particular device doesn't have a scanner, you can use the device camera. So in this case, you're going to press the camera button, take one of these IDs, you're going to bring it up just like that. You're going to get a list of all of the classes available within the time window. If we quickly look, these are going to show classes 1 hour before they start and 1 hour after they end. So this is the list of classes I have. Open Gym goes all day, so you'll see that here. These are both within the time window that I've selected. Now, membership enforcement may still prevent people from signing in, but at least you're going to be able to see it. So let's try to sign her into kickboxing. Great, she signed in. You'll see that it will auto redirect. I'm going to stay here just so we can see what's on the screen. First off, you can remove the sign in if this was done by accident. You can click I'm done and that'll go back to the main barcode sign in screen. Since we added all of these various admin facing information, you'll be able to see any client alerts, plus membership, birthday, last attendance, and their profile picture here. Let's try someone else. Cool. Looking good. Let's try to make this a little bit faster and more refined. So going into customer settings, let's try to do auto sign in. So auto sign in, when enabled, if a customer has one reservation within the time window, they will be automatically signed in. So it will skip. They won't have to click to move forward past that screen. They'll just scan and it will appear right away. If a client doesn't have a reservation, but there's only one class within that time window, it will also move forward with auto sign in. All right, let's try to see someone who has a reservation. Great. Easy. Walter was reserved for this class. You can see using simple sign in with the auto sign in feature, he was automatically signed in. Now let's see what happens if we even further call this down and we make membership settings only have classes show up that are accessible by that member's program access. If we update this client, Gym Open, should just have Open Gym membership. Let's see what happens when we try to sign him in. Great. Now, even though he didn't have a reservation, he only had access to one class within the time window. So it still signed him in. You can see that this is a pretty powerful tool, and it really is able to expedite sign-in processes.